Doing a chilled juice checkup at Walmart. It's going to ask for the chilled juice, coffee, stuff like that. This one's usually at gas stations. It's a little bit more difficult at Walmart because there's more ground to cover. But I'll show you. It's a really quick way to make $5 in about 5 or 10 minutes. Let's go. So now when I'm walking up to the store, I'm selecting the gig that I'm doing, and then I am going to go through the menu because I've done so many of these. I know how the menu is. The biggest thing with these one is some of them are in the fridge, so you're either going to have to open the door and have it stay open because some of them lock open, but some of them don't, and you'll have to use your foot. So I am looking for the chilled juice section at Walmart, so I'm walking in. I know exactly where this section is in Walmart. This is the closest Walmart to where I live, so I do a lot of gigs here. So now I'm just fast forwarding the menu, going through it, getting ready to where I have to take the picture. I knew exactly where the juice was in the back of the store. So here I go. I'm doing 5 times zoom so that I could stand right there and not look too suspicious. So this door didn't stay open, so I literally had to keep it open with my foot, but I got my picture, and then I went to the next one. Now, this one I got good picture. Some of these fridge doors stayed open on their own, some didn't. So the ones that stayed open, I locked them open. The other ones, I had to use my foot. That's a good trick. Just make sure you're far back enough to get the full picture. So there was about like 3 or 4 4-foot sections of this juice. Now it's asking for displays. There was no displays, but when you're walking around the store to do this gig, always look if there's any displays for similar products. So now it's asking for coffee and tea products. So I went to the section where they had the refrigerated coffee and tea. And again, I'm just propping up the door with my foot, getting a nice picture. So that was super easy. There was literally only one section of this refrigerated coffee, and there was no displays, so I let them know that. Now, the next one, it wants juice smoothies. This is where doing the gig at Walmart is a little bit more difficult than doing it at like a gas station or CVS, because I had to literally walk all the way back to the front produce section to get these pictures of like the fresh juice smoothies and fresh juice. So now there was obviously no end caps for that or any displays. So now moving right along, it's asking for ready-to-drink coffee products, non-refrigerated. So I knew exactly where this was. For some reason, it is where they keep the beer and wine. So I walked to the back of the store, and I think it was maybe just one picture of that done. No displays for this product, so I kept going. Now it wants to ask for shelf-stable juice. This was the biggest section. Again, doing these gigs at these big box stores, you're going to have to take more pictures than you would at a gas station. So this was a whole aisle that I had to take a picture of. So I go to the first one, got the 4-foot section. Now, when I do these, I do kind of like a sidestep. So I'm taking a picture as I'm walking. I could do these super fast. So even though it seems like it's a lot of pictures, if you just kind of sidestep and then take the pictures as you're walking with a good iPhone, you'll be able to take these pictures while you're walking. So I could do these ones super fast. I did fast forward this part, so I'm not actually doing it this fast, but I do get these done pretty fast. There was a guy that was standing in front of me, so I finished it, and now I'm checking for end caps. There was no end caps for this, so I pressed no. Now it's going to ask for sparkling water. This was another section where it was pretty much a whole aisle, so I'm doing the same thing. I'm finding where the sparkling water is, and then now I am taking a picture of the 4-foot section, just sidestepping, getting these pictures done as fast as I can. There was some people in my way. It was a Sunday in the middle of the day, so it was quite crowded, so that could be frustrating. This one actually did have a couple of displays, so I found a display, sparkling water over there, and then there was another display here, kind of like part of an end cap, so I'm going to go get that one. Super easy. That one's done, and then now I'm walking out of the store. So freestanding display, literally any display you see that's not an end cap, you could take a picture of, and Walmart has so many of these. So as I'm walking, I take the picture. It's a good idea to keep it moving, keep on walking, so you could do a lot of these gigs and make more money. And now, before you leave any store when you're doing field agent, always refresh the app to make sure there's no more gigs there, so you don't have to walk out and walk back in. And always check the ShopKicks app. This one gives you 10 points just for walking into a store that we're already in, so I don't know why you wouldn't do that. It does take a while to get enough points to cash out, but you could cash out with gift cards or PayPal gift cards, so it's definitely worth it if you're already in that store. So this one was really fun. So there we go. That was a quick $5 gig asking for different beverages and stuff. Like I said, I've done a lot of this same gig at gas stations and like CVS's and small format stores. It was a little bit easier. This wasn't hard, but I did have to walk all the way to the back of the store, all the way to the front a couple of times because they were kind of spread out. But still, 10, 15 minutes, $5. If you could stack these on top of each other, a lot of the times there'll be 2, 3, maybe even 5 to 7 gigs at that Walmart that I'll do at once. And then it's really worth it because you could make like $30 or $40 an hour. So subscribe to this channel and sign up with my link to start earning with Field Agent today.